The following podcast is a production of the network. Check us out on bicbp-radio.com.
319, 399, hut! 33,
Yeah, spot.
blue 58, blue 58.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the 2 Point Conversation. Football talk for fans, by fans, right here on the network at bicbp-radio.com. My name is Matt Johnson, your host. And alongside with me for our new List in 10 series, I have Mr. Jacob Miller.
I'm back.
And we have joining us from Zoom, Mr. Andrew Lenz. Andrew, how are you?
Good. Very good.
We have, a lot of fun last week.
The favorite player. What's that?
We had a lot of fun last week. Last week was a lot of fun. Love doing the top 10s. And Jacob picked a wonderful topic for us to do today. Top 10 of our favorite or coolest jerseys. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different opinions on this one. I'm sure the listeners at home, wherever you may be listening to us from, I'm sure you'll have various opinions as well. So we're excited to get into it. First and foremost, though, got to give some loves. A shout out to our sponsor, LoGrasso Printing and Graphics. Our guy, I'm a little tongue-tied here. Our guy, Benny LoGrasso, takes care of us with shirts. He makes hats. He does all sorts of cool stuff. And, if you need shirts for whatever, if you have a brand that you want to sell or put on T-shirts, Benny's the guy. All right, you can hit him up. He's on Facebook. You can hit him up by email, LoGrasso, LoGrasso, printing @gmail.com. He also has a website, Buffalo, BUY Buffalo.com, and you can go get in contact with him there. So, very good. I'm excited for this one. I love jerseys. All right, jerseys were the coolest things. It was the ultimate privilege to be able to go to school and wear a jersey because those things were not cheap. So I want to give my parents a lot of credit there for helping me out when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I've probably spent way more money than I should have on jerseys, but I don't regret it at all. I don't know about you guys, but
I know you said something last week about how you got to pick out two jerseys
yeah,
on school clothes shopping day. And I was the same way with my mother who took me school clothes shopping, except I had to always pick one baseball and one football. So
okay.
I couldn't double up on football. So you kind of got me there. I'm a little jealous because now I just have a bunch of Yankees jerseys that I just don't wear. To where the football jerseys I think are worth a little bit more money right now than
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Just a little bit. That's a funny story. What about you, Andrew? What was your relationship with jerseys? Did you get a whole bunch?
Yeah, I did. It was always a merino jersey for Christmas. I remember I might be dating myself here. One of my favorite merino jerseys was the reversible Nike jersey that they came out with, where it would have the home and away, so you could flip it either way.
That's really cool. I
If
did not
you
know that was
washed
a
it too
thing.
many times, yes, if you washed it too many times, it would bleed. The teal would bleed into the white. So after a while, it looked like one of those new Rams white jerseys. So
So basically what you're saying is you don't wash your jerseys. That's what you're saying.
I don't. I certainly don't.
Yeah,
It's a terrible idea.
I do, but it's different.
I do, but I do it like once a month, maybe. Like if I'm wearing it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not like you wash it every time you wear it, unless you're a gross person.
And you wear it like religiously, like you wake up and just throw on a jersey and stuff.
Yeah,
for the
it's
day.
not.
No,
There's nothing.
I do it for
underneath.
special occasions. So I'll if I get something on it, I'll scrub it. I'll scrub it nice. But I've seen a lot of jerseys run through the washing machine, and I just cannot and do not want to risk that at all. But that's just me. But all right, everybody, let's get into our top 10 favorite / cool NFL jerseys. And of course, you are more than welcome to follow along. We'd love to hear your answers. Make sure you find us on Facebook and let us know when this episode airs. So, Jacob, it was your idea, so you get to start off this week. What is your number 10 favorite NFL jersey?
So it was pretty. This, even though I picked the topic, this did kind of get a little tough for me, just to not pick like current jerseys. But I did go with a current one for number 10. The Lions blue.
Yeah.
With that new blue, I don't know if it's new to this season or was it the season before, and that kind of like between gray and silver helmet. it's like a throwback, but it's their new jersey and their new helmet style. And man, seeing Matt Stafford in one of those, man, there's just something about it. I really like the way it looks. I wish obviously the lines were better, because I think that's something people do with jerseys. Like if I've ever had this discussion with other friends, is they pick a lot of jerseys from teams that are good. It's
Yeah.
almost like you associate that with like winning, which is exactly why I put the Lions in here, because I'm just going against the grain right away. I'm going to pick a team that just perennially is bad.
Yeah.
But I just really like the way they look. They look mean and cool.
I do love that. And you won't hear that from a lot of people either. You're probably right. It's probably like, hey, this team is doing really good. That's why we like them. I'm just easily. I will be if a dog turd threw on a really cool looking jersey, I'd be like, that is my favorite player.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
Yeah,
so
I'm in.
excellent way to start this one off. Andrew, you're number 10.
My number 10 was the 2002 Buccaneers when they switched it over to red.
Oh, okay.
I remember loving those jerseys. Picked one up at the Adidas store, nice Trent Dilfer one, and rocked that for a while.
Hey.
Yes, I'm a Trent Dilfer guy. I
love it.
Nobody wore number 12 better than Trent Dilfer on the Buccaneers.
I love it. Yeah, that was a cool one. I like that they kind of went to that too this year a little bit, like a throwback to that.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that. So
It was just it was very different to see them go from that creamsicle to that red, and it looked more intimidating and defying than the creamsicle. And Bruce Buccaneer went away.
Yeah, Bruce was his name. Was it Bruce?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Bruce.
Very good. I like that. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of differing ones here. My number 10 is gonna be the only homerism you get from me. All right, and it's a jersey that's old school. It's been around since 1958. It is the Colts away white jersey. It's white with the two blue stripes on the shoulder. It's simple. It stands out to me. It's probably like I wish I got more. Like if Rivers comes back next year, I'm going to be getting a Rivers with the white jersey on. I just think it looks so sharp.
I'll tell you, I'll make you a deal. If Rivers comes back next year, I'm gonna get one too.
Okay.
That's it. You can hold me to it.
I like the sound of that. Hopefully
Okay.
we'll find out within a month or so. Yeah, it's cool. Like the blue is nice. The Colts regular blue is nice, but I just think the white, the bright with the blue stripes, it pops more. It looks
clean.
better. It's very clean. And it looks cool when it gets dirty too. Like you can really see the grit and grime from it when it gets dirty. So, it hasn't changed too much, and I think that's why maybe like the Colts have never really changed their jerseys since like ever.
They don't need to.
They don't need to. They're like the Raiders, like they're just very, and they've kept it that way, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, the Colts away white jerseys that have been around since practically '58. I know they used to wear like long sleeve shirts back then, but the color and pattern has generally stayed the same. So yeah, Colts white is my number 10. Jake, you're number 9.
Number 9, when the Seahawks debuted those neon green jerseys that almost look like soccer goalie jerseys, and a lot of people were like didn't love them, and then some people really loved them. I was definitely on the side of really loved them. I thought that was when they were really good too. They were kind of at their peak, Legion of Boom there. I remember seeing Russell Wilson in that green jersey. It made him a little bit more intimidating to me. I was like, oh, that guy's like, he's about to tear you up. I really liked it. It's just such a different color than anyone else uses. They're really the only team that uses like a neon color.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was like a really cool thing when that first came out.
It definitely pops. I think it's very fitting. Right? That's their color rush one, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty sharp.
Like glow sticks.
Yeah, like glow sticks out
Yeah.
there. That's true. Andrew, you're number 9.
My number 9 is the 95 Patriots when they had the two lying Elvises right on the you're pointing to it right on the shoulder from the blue. And I felt like it was Jacob talked about, us associating a jersey with a winning team. And I grew up and the Patriots were just I'm going to swear on here, dog shit terrible.
Whoa.
They were
He
just
never does that.
absolutely bottom of the barrel, 100%. Scott Zolik was their starting quarterback, and here comes in Drew Bledsoe in 1993, and along with Bill Parcells, and changed the culture. And then they switched from those 93 blue ones to those 95 ones, two flying Elvises right on the shoulder. And if you look, they're pinstriped. Well, not so much pinstripe, but there's stripes in there as well. The two different colored blue, and those were always super nice. I remember my brother's Bledsoe jersey, and I was like, man, that's a nice jersey.
If I found a
I don't
Bledsoe
like
one, I would
Bledsoe.
buy it.
He's for the
Yeah.
Patriots, but I like those jerseys.
Yeah, that's a good one. If I found a Bledsoe one, I would buy that in a heartbeat. So I'm glad you brought that one up. My number 9. All right, I was infatuated with this team when I first got into Madden games. In fact, because of this jersey, my very, very first favorite player that I did not want to admit last week, but he was like a low key honorable mention, was Kerry Collins. Like seriously, like Kerry Collins was my
Wow.
first favorite player because of this jersey. All right, I am talking about they've had it forever. The Panthers jersey. All right, the black with the blue and white like shoulder stripes. It pops really, really good. All right. Panthers have had really, really cool jerseys over the years. I like the all blue one as well, but some about the predominantly black with the light blue stripes on it. It pops. It stands out. It looks really good. Panthers haven't been all that great the last couple of years, but at least when they lose, they look good doing it. So, Panthers. It's pretty much been their home jersey since the beginning. It's never changed since 95 or 96, whenever they came in. So, Panthers black with the blue stripes. Number 9.
I like it.
What do we have for number 8?
For me, number 8, literally any Saints jersey I've ever seen. I don't know what it is, man. Well, I do.
Wow.
I do when I don't. But I just love the Saints jersey with the way that the colors go together, the white and gold or the gold and black.
Yeah.
I think if I have to pick just one, their black jerseys with the gold numbers, man, those are clean.
Pretty timeless too. That's another one that hasn't changed a lot.
Yeah,
I have an
those ones-
Archie Manning one that looks
that's
just
really
like the
cool.
normal ones, like that they have today. Like looks just like it.
Yeah, I've just growing up watching the Saints be good this entire time. They've had Drew Brees, I think, had a lot to do with it. And two, I think when I first really decided I liked them, big Power Rangers fan, and I just loved like the Mastodon look to it, like the black and the gold.
Yeah.
I really like those jerseys.
Okay. That's a great choice. That's a great
Yeah.
choice. I like the white one a lot. The all white, like their color rush.
The
I
white,
like that one
their
a ton.
color rush, the white with the gold numbers.
Yeah, they look like
Oh,
they
those
look
are
like
good.
they look like the white Power Ranger in that one with
Yeah.
that one. But
Maybe I changed that one.
no,
I don't know.
no
They're both
takesy
good.
backsies. No,
Yeah.
they are both very good. I definitely agree. When you're like, yeah, I like all Saints jerseys. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with that sentiment.
I'm with it.
I'm here for it. Andrew, you're number 8.
This is another one childhood memory of seeing the Bengals. You know, that first Bills game preseason, they played the Bengals in 1988, and the Bengals jerseys, those black jerseys with that Bengal tiger stripe right on there, and just seeing Boomer Esiason go out there and start throwing around the football. I was like, man, those are really cool jerseys, all black, and the helmet to match them, even though we're not talking about helmets, but just the look of that jersey. And then they changed it, they updated it. I mean, it still looks good, but that's always one jersey that always stays in my head about how nice it just always looks, is those 80s to early 90s Bengals jerseys.
Those are some cool ones. I have an Andy Dalton one. It's obviously the jersey's a lot more modernized, but I do like the color scheme. I think it is they have one of the better helmets, I think, in the NFL, but I do like their jerseys as well. They do have a couple cool ones. All right. My number 8 going it was pretty much the 84 to 2001 Buffalo Bills. Their blue jerseys with the red helmets, it stood out. So like it's really cool. You know, you automatically think of the Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, Andre Reed, Marv Levy era when it comes to those. And of course, at the very tail end of it, Doug Flutie and Eric Moulds and some of those other guys. a very, very cool. I mean, they obviously did it in '84. It was a year after Kelly got drafted, even though he didn't go to there right away. But this is supposed to be a changing of the guard, pretty much a changing of the times for the Bills. And I think was Jack Kemp before him? Who was before him?
Bill
Before Kemp?
Ferguson.
Ferguson, that's who it was. My apologies.
The big one was Ferguson.
Ferguson was the big one. That is correct. He got to wear rock this for a little bit. It's a really cool vintage color pattern. I love the way it looks in pictures nowadays. We did a Doug Flutie What If episode, and I looked at the picture. I'm like, man, this is really cool looking, and I would buy that jersey in a heartbeat. I wasn't overly fond of the jersey that they had after that with the Bledsoe era, the darker blue. I wasn't overly fond of it, but I understood the need to change. So, but yeah, I liked the vintage blue with the red, a little bit of a lighter blue at 8. So, Jacob, number 7.
Well, I know you just talked about the Bills, but now I'm going to talk a little bit about the Bills. At least it's a different jersey, I guess. I can't really figure out exactly which time period it is because I just know it as it's always just been their throwback jersey.
Okay.
With the white jersey that they wear with the standing buffalo, and it's got the red and the blue stripes on the sleeves.
That's got to be AFL era?
Yeah,
right?
I think
that's like real throwback, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I've always loved that standing buffalo logo. I know that's part of the helmet, not necessarily a part of the jersey.
Yeah,
but man, when they wear those uniforms, anytime I play Madden, if I'm playing as the Bills, I switch them to the standing buffalo uniform. I think it's just such a good clean look with the white jersey. And the red and the blue stripes rather than just doing the one color. I think that's the thing the Bills get to do that a lot of the other teams don't, where they get to just kind of have two primary colors. Like the Bills it's always red, white, and blue.
Right.
So I've always really liked that jersey.
I do like that one. I do appreciate those newer ones.
I have a Ryan Fitzpatrick jersey.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I love that thing.
That's so cool. I'm here for it. Andrew, you're number 7.
My number 7 is one that you've already said, Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
I didn't go too farther into it. I think you said everything. That black with the blue on the shoulder. I mean, I think you described it perfect. It's an awesome jersey, perfect color scheme.
Yeah. And the fact that they haven't changed it since they started, like it's what, 25 years now, 26 years, and they haven't looked to change it. A lot of teams in that time frame, they'll have gone through 2 or 3, at least one jersey change, maybe even 2 in some cases. But yeah, it's a very nice traditional look for Carolina. So that's why I loved it as much as I did. My number 7, I'm gonna go AFL Boston Patriots. All right. It wasn't just the AFL era. It was when they came out to 1992 before they switched over to that Drew Bledsoe era. As far as jerseys go, the Patriots one was red. It was all red, and I actually really like when the modern Pats wore it as a throwback. I just like the way that red looks.
It's on my list too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's hard to deny, and I'm sure the Bills is going to be like, "How dare you put the Patriots over the Bills?" But I'm sorry, man. It was cool.
Yeah.
And they had the white helmets
logo
back then too. They had the white helmets with their mascot on it, hiking the football. Yeah. It was a cool jersey. Still had a little bit of blue in it, but I like the predominantly red. And I don't know. I think
it had the blue sleeve stripes.
I think so too. I'm almost positive about that. But yeah, so from 1960 to 1992, even though it had some variations of it, but that version of the Patriots jersey, I thought was fantastic, and I hope to see them go back to it again. I like when they throw back to it. I seen Brady and a couple other guys look good on it in like Thanksgiving games or other special throwback games. But yeah, that's my number 7 right there. Number 6.
So for number 6, I actually went with the Eagles black jerseys. I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it was from when Nick Foles was getting hot. I feel like they wore it. I don't think they wore it for the Super Bowl, but I think they wore it for maybe the NFC Championship game or something like that. And I'm just so like, yeah, we all get forced to watch NFC East games like everyone else, but I just don't really remember them wearing the black jersey, I guess. Like I always like when I think about the Eagles, I'm thinking like McNabb and those green jerseys, and which is a good look. But I remember like really just for some reason falling in love with that jersey, watching Nick Foles wear that. And yeah, I don't really have much more of an explanation for it other than that. When I was going through this list, I'm like, man, what are jerseys that like I would want to wear, number one, and number two, like I just couldn't stop thinking of it. I was like, I don't think that jersey's even really that cool, but I just want to badly put it on this list. So I have to put it on there because I would love to have one of those jerseys.
That's a cool one. Yeah, I was not expecting that one. It doesn't pop by any means, but it is like
No.
a fantastic
For some
looking
reason.
jersey.
Yeah,
It looks sharp.
Yeah, they look good in those.
They do. They do. Very good. Andrew, you're number 6. You're muted.
Number 6.
He was probably just
Love
cussing
You-
me out for picking that jersey. That's why he had to. He's like, this guy, I hate
No.
him.
Oh, I had to mute for other reasons. Number 6 is the I Love You Blue Houston Oilers. Just the Houston Oilers jersey. That blue.
Oh, that's a great
just
pick.
always looks so nice. And it's not a very intimidating color, but it's such a nice color to wear. One of my brother's friends growing up, his favorite player was Warren Moon, so he had a Warren Moon Oilers jersey. That was just another one of those jerseys where I'm like, oh man, I don't really like that team, but that's a nice jersey. That looks really nice. I like the color scheme with that blue and the red. So simple, but yet so great at the same time.
No, for sure. The logo definitely helps as well. I love their logo to death.
I wish the Texans would just switch. I wish they would just be the Houston Oilers. I really do. You heard it here first. The Texans are cool and all, but dude, that's just
Oilers way better.
Yeah,
way better.
way
I
better.
concur. My number 6. You picked an Eagles jersey. I picked an Eagles jersey, but I'm going a little bit more old school. I'm going before they went to those darker green ones. I'm talking about the Kelly Greens.
Ooh, yeah.
The bright green Eagles jerseys.
Vince Papali.
Yeah, throwbacks, man. They had these for a long, long time. There were some variations, again, like a lot of jerseys, but the overall concept with this was from like 64 to 95. And maybe even before that too, but back then they didn't really have jerseys. It was still doing the sweater route. The helmets and stuff weren't really like where they wanted it to be, but I look at the Fog Bowl, and not that many people can actually watch that game, but I've watched the video of it and seeing Buddy Ryan leading this Philadelphia Eagles team against the Bears, who he used to coach defensively for, with these Kelly Green jerseys on. I'm like, these are so cool. They're really cool. It's a fun era. It's simple though. It's simple, but I just like that style of green. Like if I thought higher of the Jets, I probably could have put the Jets on here when they had like that similar color of green, but
see, it's similar, but I don't think it's the same.
No, it's not.
Yeah, the Eagles one I think is better.
With Jacob too.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement. What's that?
The Eagles are probably better. The Eagles had better players.
It might be like
I
a
think
reason.
that's another thing that goes with it.
Yeah.
I know when I pick a team in Madden, say I want to like rebuild a team or something, one of my biggest deal breakers is how good do their jerseys look. So I completely understand that. Like if there's an ugly jersey, I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with this team. Who wants to look
I'll
bad?
never rebuild the Browns in a franchise mode. You'll never catch me doing that.
They got some all right ones. They got some okay ones.
Get it
That's
out of here.
That's fair. Top 5 now, Jacob. What's your number 5?
Well, top 5. My number 5 is one you already listed, but yeah, that AFL Patriots. One of my best friends, Greg, he's a Patriots fan, and he's got a Teddy Bruschi jersey in that style. Dude, and every time he wore it, I was like, man, I hate you and I hate them. But boy, that's a good looking jersey. I love that thing. And I think too, like you made a good point, like something about how just like your quarterback looks in certain jerseys will kind of dictate it too.
It's like when
Brady in that red was just like, oh boy, like here we go.
This is tough. Like
Yeah.
this is cool.
He's coming for us.
Yeah. It's like when like this offseason, like, oh man, a lot of fans. Josh Allen looks great in shorts, man. He's a goat. We're just like yeah,
he's got the tree trunks.
Yeah. Our quarterback looks great in this jersey. Like it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So cool. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. I am.
Yeah.
Andrew, you're number 5.
Here's one. It kind of goes against the grain of what we were talking about. And it's one of those jerseys you don't know what you got until it's gone. and that is those creamsicle Buccaneers uniforms. You hate them when they were there, but then when they were gone, you're like, man,
Pretty
I kind of
smooth.
miss those.
Pretty
During the
smooth.
Vinny Testaverde, Steve DeBerg era of rolling around the football. Even my man Trent Dilfer got to wear them for a little bit, and I just love it. The creamsicle jerseys are the best.
Dude, if I see a Vinny Testaverde creamsicle jersey, I'm all over that. 100%.
Yeah. I went to go buy a Brady one this year, and guys like, yeah, there's gonna my friend's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you a custom Brady one, whatever, throw me some money. And I got it, and definitely was not that. I'm okay with the way the jersey came, like the jersey that I got was, but I'm like, I really wanted it on a creamsicle. Like that would have been
I can't believe they didn't wear it once this year.
They don't want to because of the helmet rule. They're only allowed to have one color
right.
helmet. You could change the decal, but the helmet, if they
Right.
would have did like try to go like a white helmet, not that it would have made sense. They probably could have pulled it off, but I was really hoping that when they were talking about getting new jerseys that they were going to go back to creamsicle.
Yeah.
Really hoping.
That would have been really sweet.
Brady to practice in an orange creamsicle, no
Yeah.
contact jersey all season. I'm just like, oh my God, that would have been so cool.
See, I'm like a poor person, so I went from like being the guy who was getting jerseys as a kid because other people were paying for them. Now my thing is, especially because I play a lot of flag football, I wear a different football shirt
Yeah.
every time, like a different player shirt. I go to T-shirt University at the Galleria Mall and just get a new one every week. And I did get a Brady one, but man, if they had a creamsicle one,
all over it.
My poor ass, I would spend all 37 of my dollars on one of those.
I respect it. Yeah, kid doesn't need to eat this week. He'll get
Yes.
Brady.
Yeah, we're all over it.
Very good. We're starting to get some similarities. So, my number 5 is actually one that Andrew mentioned, and it is the Houston Oilers, the powder blue jerseys. Coming into football, playing Madden and stuff. That was one of the sharper looking jerseys, Steve McNair kind of era. With that, and of course, they ultimately transferred to Tennessee, and they kind of kept those jersey colors to start off with, but they did go away from the red a whole lot. But yeah, just a fun jersey. Powder blue is like one of my favorite colors. Powder blue is a really exciting color and it just pops so well. And again, when the Roughnecks came back for the XFL and they used the Oilers logo, not that they had the same colors, but I got really excited. And I was like, okay, I really want that. So I do have a Steve McNair Oilers powder blue jersey in the closet, and very proud of that one. Very proud of that one. That was a cool one. I do miss that team and the whole color scheme and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was cool. Do they wear that still at all?
They.
I don't think they're allowed to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they?
I don't know what the rule is
dude.
behind
Deshaun Watson jersey.
They
in that
did
before he's gone.
Oh, I know, right? They did for
the AFL anniversary.
Yes, it was like the 50-year anniversary or something like that, and they wore it at the Hall of Fame game.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
but the helmets were baby blue.
Oh,
with a white decal.
That's the original ones are gray or baby blue, like the original Houston ones helmets.
I think 2010 too. They were allowed to do multiple helmets because the Bucks had that creamsicle jersey. They did use that as an alternate. I don't know why they went away with that rule, but I digress. But all right, Jacob, number 4.
Number 4 for me is what I would consider the Yankees pinstripes of the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
I think there's just something just so clean about the white with like the navy blue shoulders and the stars. Man, just a great looking jersey. I had one as a kid. My dad actually got me a customized one, so it had my name and number on the back when I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and I would just be throwing the ball to myself and diving on the couch wearing my Cowboys jersey. And I was like, man, I'm so glad no one's home and can see this. This is so embarrassing. But yeah, I've always just loved, back with Romo and T.O. back in the day, I was like such a mark for those Cowboys jerseys. I thought they were so cool.
I believe it. I used to do that too. I used to actually hum the not hum, but I would like make noises with my mouth, the old NFL primetime things. While I was
Oh,
throwing,
yeah.
I'd throw a football to myself and go, catch like da na 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 na. I was up in my attic just throwing a toy like stuffed animal football to myself. It was the coolest. Like I felt like such a turd though. But
Yeah.
you weren't the only one. You weren't the
Yeah.
only one.
Perfect. Thank you for not
No.
making me feel alone.
No.
Of course.
I used to do the same. I used to set up like a little obstacle course downstairs and
Little NFL
do
combine
spin
for
moves,
yourself.
thinking I was Barry Sanders. Yeah, doing spin moves around this chair. And my youngest son is a big OBJ fan, so for a while there, it would be in the middle of the night. I would just hear this thumping, "Badoosh, badoosh," and I go
Oh,
down the
boy.
hall, and there he is with wide receiver gloves on and a football in his hand, laying on the ground, going, "What? I'm not doing anything. Like you're jumping out and waiting for catches. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I used to do this stuff."
Mhm.
So you're not the only one.
I thought when you said OBJ and you heard thump noise, I thought you were gonna say he was taking a dump or something. But
No.
Oh, no.
I try to keep him away
Busted.
from that stuff.
I kid.
Matt Johnson's gotcha of the week.
Caught you in the act. Number 4 for me, another one that Andrew already mentioned. I'm gonna go that Bucks creamsicle jersey. Yeah, they pretty much used it from 76 from their debut till 1996 before they finally switched over. And that was a big changing of the era. They lost a lot in those creamsicle jerseys. They lost a ton in those, but nevertheless, the creamsicle orange, the white, very sharp, very unique look that wasn't, you couldn't find that just anywhere, and you still can't find anything that stands out like that to this day.
Yeah.
It was very, very different, but a fantastic color choice. Regardless, there's a lot of players who I would go back and buy. Like if I found because Steve Young played for them, I think for a little bit. I would definitely pick up a Steve Young Tampa Bay creamsicle one.
Yeah, I forgot that he wore that
very
jersey, didn't he?
very briefly, 2 or 3 years, I think, before San Fran bamboozled them for him. But yeah, that is that's my number 4. On to the top 3.
Actually, I never did my number 4, Matt.
You didn't?
No,
I thought you did. Oh my God, you
No.
didn't. We completely skipped
No.
over him with the Dallas Cowboy talk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Number 4, another changing of the era jerseys. We actually did a whole NFL history episode on this team. That's those 90s Falcons jerseys that they break out. Just the all black jersey with the little Falcon logo on the side, and those old red Falcons jerseys were absolutely terrible looking in my mind. And then
you didn't like
cool
those
black ones, huh?
I love the
What's
red
that?
ones. I like the red
Oh,
ones.
I can't stand the red ones. These ones, it was different. It was different because it fit the team. The black Falcons jersey fit that too legit to quit team with Dion and Andre Bad Mood Rise, and that's what made them so great. And I think that's where one of the times where the players made the jerseys.
I like that.
I like that very much. I apologize again for cutting you off.
No, that's okay.
It was very rude of me. But no, I'm glad you stepped up and said something. That is a cool one. I do like the All Blacks. I do have a Brett Favre card from him with the All Blacks, and it is just it's so cool to see Brett Favre in that look. Very different, but still pretty cool nonetheless.
Yeah, it's so weird to think about Brett Favre and not a Packers. I mean, I know obviously he played for other teams later on, but like young Brett Favre in a black jersey, like wow, that's very weird
peculiar.
to see.
Very peculiar. All right, now we can go on to our top 3. Jacob, you're number 3.
So I'm pretty bad at research, so I was trying to figure out exactly what time period these jerseys are, but it looked like they basically wore the same kind of jerseys for a long time, from like at least the 70s until the mid 90s. But those like John Elway era Broncos jerseys, I don't know what it was. I mean, I do really like the color orange, and that it is kind of similar to the creamsicle orange, obviously not exact, but like that, it's like a lighter orange and with the blue and their old school logo with the horse and the big giant D,
big old D,
the big old D, one of the biggest I've seen. I really liked that, and obviously, like, I think Elway has a lot to do with that because he was just cool as shit.
Yeah,
and I think just seeing like their offensive linemen, I don't know what it is, maybe it's just the color orange in general. When their offensive linemen are like walking up to the ball, it's just like, wow, that must have been intimidating to the other team. Just a bunch of big dudes in orange, like blaring orange shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just a cool look to me. I love that color scheme of the orange and that shade of blue.
I love that as well. No, it's that one definitely appears on my list sooner than later. Andrew, who is your number 3?
Number 3 is 70s Dolphins jerseys.
Okay.
Just plain looking, nice teal jersey, very simple yet nice at the same time. And then they go and they complicate things with everything else nowadays. But it was just a nice, simple jersey. Nothing great. Not another one of those colors where it's not the greatest. You don't want to wear teal. It's not a very intimidating color, but it just looks nice, especially with those stripes on the side. It's a beautiful jersey. I love the 70s Dolphins jerseys. Those are my favorite.
I like that a lot. That would have been an honorable mention for me in this one. I like the aqua or teal, however you call it.
Yeah.
I do like that with the orange. It's a very good color combination. For sure. So I like that at number 3. My number 3 was the same one as Jacob had. I didn't want to cut off and forget about Andrew again. So I just I'll let it slide. But yeah, for the same reason.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. But the Denver Broncos are the 3rd best jersey of all time. The orange crush sits that was like the nickname that they would call it. Yeah, it was a combination of that, and again, kind of like Denver or Miami with the orange and blue combo. Denver, I like they had a little bit brighter of a blue helmet, but it looked cool nonetheless. And they finally went away with it. I think 98. It was right before. I think it was John Elway's last season that they went away from it, and they ushered in this new era, which they've. I think they've honestly kept it the same since then, but I don't know. I guess I just like orange as a color when done right, when comboed right.
Yeah.
It just looked really cool, and yeah, that's one of my one of my earlier Super Bowl memories. I just remember that jersey being up there. I forgot which. It might have been the '97 Super Bowl, right? That was Elway's second to last. He won in '97 and '98, I think.
Yeah, 97 and 98.
So I think that
It would have
was
been 96.
97.
I think was the last year they wore those.
I think that was the Packers Super Bowl. Them and the Packers, and the last one was them and the Falcons, I think. So it would have been
Falcons were 98. 97 was them and the Packers.
Yeah, so it was the Packers Super Bowl that I remember that from. That was one of my earliest football memories. So so yeah, that is my number 3. Jacob, your number 2.
So my number 2 is also another orange jersey.
Oh.
The Chicago Bears orange jerseys. I think they're their color rush now, but they used to wear them as like alternates before. I've always really liked the orange with that. I don't even know what you would call that, like bluish black. It's not really navy blue, whatever that Bears color is. It's like blue, but it's also
supposed to be
black.
like a navy.
Yeah, but it's almost too dark to be navy blue. But I think it really looks good with the orange, and it's the numbers. The Bears, like their font of their numbers, I've always really liked because they just look different than every other team's, and I think like that's something I would totally go all in on a Mitch Trubisky orange with the number 10. I think it's just a good looking jersey.
I respect that a lot. I was not expecting that one. On the list, but it is a very cool one because that's another one that hasn't really changed a whole lot. They'll throw in new ones every so often, but the traditional dark blue with orange stripes and stuff, that has been a Bears tradition for a very long time.
Sid Luckman.
Yeah, you're probably honestly right. So that's a very cool one. That's why I like doing these lists, finding something unique like that. So excellent number 2. Andrew, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is just another classic jersey that if it does change, it doesn't change much. It's the original bad boys of the NFL. It's the Raiders. Those Raiders jerseys, black and silver coming at you. You knew I lived in a different era with the Raiders. So when you saw black and silver, you knew you were going to get beat up.
You're in for a fight.
It was going to be a fight. Yeah,
in the parking lot and on the field.
Yeah. You could go into before my time the 70s Raiders where they would break the rules of taping up their thumbs. The offensive linemen tape up their thumbs and then jam them into guys' ribs so they could block them easier. But that silver and black. I don't think will ever change. I don't think it should ever change. And I've owned 2 Raiders jerseys in my life. One was a Charles Woodson, who would have been an honorable mention for last week because I absolutely love Charles Woodson, and the other one was a Randy Moss, who was on my list. And those are just so
Did he
simple
wear-
but so great.
He wore 18 with the Raiders, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a cool jersey. I would love one of those too.
I'm sure there's places like China that you can find that.
Oh, of course.
Um,
Or maybe LoGrasso printing and graphics. Maybe he could hook me
Yeah,
up with a
I'm sure.
football shirt.
There you go.
That
Yeah.
we got to get like 2-point team shirts from him.
Oh, I'm in.
I
I'm going over there tonight when we're done, so I'll talk to him.
Yeah, bring it up to him and let me know what he says.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get everybody like their own like t-shirt jersey. So
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool idea.
that would be cool. All right, my number two, I'm going to go the Rams navy and gold. It's like a brighter navy
Ooh.
and gold that they wore pretty much from their not from their inception, but from 73 to 2000. They won that Super Bowl in 99. And they moved away from it. They went to, I didn't like at first it was probably cool, the blue and the dark gold. And I was
Every
like,
team went to that like shade of blue at that point too. Like remember the Bills,
the Bills,
the Broncos even went like kind of earlier, but yeah,
It really did. All around the same time.
everyone
too.
was just rocking navy blue. That was weird.
All around the same time. I didn't like the blue and dark gold for the Rams after this one was like cool at first, but looking back, I'm like, oh my God, the navy with the bright yellow, the bright gold, so good.
That logo on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Ram on the
Yeah.
shoulder.
And I think they used it a little bit this year. They kind of incorporated that into their color scheme this year, but it wasn't the same thing. But that's a classic old school one. I'm really mad. Back when I was doing China football jersey orders, I did have one taken from Customs, and
Aw.
deservedly so. It was a Kurt Warner one. And I probably deserved it, but it still stunk that it happened. But
Now
that's
I need to get one of those.
that's one that I wanted. That's one that I definitely wanted, and unfortunately did not get to have. But yeah, greatest show on turf. We talked to last week with your favorite Kurt Warner, and that jersey to me epitomizes it. I don't care like the blue and dark gold for me, the one that came after, just that epitomizes a very dark area in Rams history that is easily forgettable with Mark Bulger and Nick Foles and Sam Bradford and Case Keenum as their quarterbacks and stuff like that. And not a whole lot of winning.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of winning at that either. So yeah, for me, number 2, Rams, navy, and gold. Number 1.
Numero uno.
Yeah.
I got a pretty bad feeling that this is going to be the unanimous number 1 choice because I haven't heard it yet. The Powder Blues Chargers. I
Yeah.
can't imagine a lot of people picking anything other than that. As soon as I can find a Justin Herbert Powder Blue shirt, I'm gonna get that first, and then we're looking for the jersey.
It's hotness. I might try and find the yellow pants with that too.
Yeah,
The yellow jersey.
Yeah.
I would just find some straight up yellow pants.
I
and
have
wear
some
with it.
gold Nike joggers that I'm just gonna wear with it. I think it's good
Combo it.
enough.
Combo it.
It's gonna be hot. But yeah, I mean, what do you even say? LaDainian Tomlinson wearing one of those. I remember. I don't know if you remember the first time I was ever on the 2 Point with you, and we were talking about just discussion topics and such. And I told you about that story. One of my favorite football memories. It was during the blackout game at the Bills. If anyone gets that,
okay, yeah. Okay.
yeah, we were playing the Chargers and the power
do
went out,
remember
which is
that.
really funny
I
in
do
itself.
remember that.
Yeah, and then this guy was talking trash with he had a powder blue LT jersey. It was sick. It was a legit stitched one, and he was like talking trash, like, "Yeah, we're gonna crush you," because the Bills were bad at that point, and the Chargers were pretty good. And he was in the bathroom while the blackout occurred, and he was in there saying kind of the same stuff, talking trash. And as soon as the power went out, a bunch of Bills fans pushed him down, stole his jersey, and just wiped up.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
mopped up urine with that thing and then gave it back to him. They're like, "Here you go, pal, sick jersey." And he came back and was like so mad, and he left the game during the third quarter.
While I don't encourage that, he kind of started it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat all the stuff he was saying,
no.
and obviously I don't condone that kind of activity, and the Bills fans already get kind of a bad rap for some of the things they do. But dude, that guy was annoying. Like if that did indeed happen, like he said it did, he probably deserved it. So
Incredible. Andrew, is that your number 1 as well?
That's my number one.
Oh, it's my number one as well. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
figured.
I think
If I didn't hear it in number 2 or 3, I was like, this has got to be a unanimous number 1.
I think. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be very hard for people to disagree. You can talk to just about anybody, and that's their unanimous pick, as far as that stuff that goes. So, yeah, I like the one. It was the 2012 one. It had the Thunderbolt and the white stripe. I don't care either way. It
Yeah.
still looks cool.
Mhm.
That's been like,
Yeah.
it's crazy to think that they went away from that for so long. They just went with that
Sticking with that navy blue.
that dark blue and
Blue.
and like the black jerseys and the black helmet. I'm just like, nah, we got to open this thing up. And it's like, yeah, it's so sharp. They just finally started going back to it a little bit more regularly the last couple of years, and it's a fantastic jersey.
It really is. I think a fun, just powder blue Charger jersey to have just to throw people off is thinking of Johnny Unitas one.
Yeah, I've seen that picture, and it's very strange. It's very peculiar.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the one. If I'm gonna add, you guys have already said everything that needs to be said about these, but just if I could probably have a powder blue Chargers jersey, I would definitely go in old school. I would go Lance Allworth or like a Johnny Unitas
I like that a lot.
jersey right there.
See, now I know
I had a
number
Ladainian
4
Tomlin one.
Yeah, his
But-
last year he was a Charger. His last year of his career, he was a
Yeah.
Charger. Last year or 2 years, I think it was at least 1 year. He was a Charger. Yeah, he was brought in there to kind of mentor and back up. Yeah.
I think if I was going to get one, like an old school one, I know he probably never wore one, but Drew Brees. I think that would mess people up.
I think he did wear one.
Did he get to
I
wear
don't know
one?
if he
wore
did.
one.
I don't think they had the powder blues. when he
Any
was around.
memory I have of Drew Brees, and again, I was young.
It's
when
the
he
white
was,
or the dark ones.
right. I was young when Drew Brees
Let's
was
get
still
some
with
custom.
Chargers,
Let's
but-
get some custom made Drew Brees powder blues.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm here for.
I'm telling you, I think he wore a powder blue.
I have the jersey. There's like a jersey website that I got a lot of the stuff off of. Let's see, jersey. No, not Jersey Mike's. NFL jersey.
I am
history.
hungry.
That's delicious. This is Mike. This is delicious.
Jersey history. Yeah, I don't think Drew Brees had it. I really don't. Gridiron uniform database. Let's go LA Chargers. 99.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did.
I have an image. I have an image
Wow,
of Drew
okay.
Brees, number 9.
Okay.
Even with
Well,
the
perfect.
old
That
helmet
should
with
be
the
easier to
9
get
on
it.
there.
I see. They went away from it for a long time, but they brought it back in 2000 as a very alternate one. So you are right. Still got to find it, though. Still got to find it. So, yeah, 2002, they brought it back after going away from it for like 20-something years. But all right, everybody, that is the NFL jerseys list. Jacob with a great subject there. I love that being our second episode. Andrew, what do we got on slate for us next week? You get choice in our third list in 10.
Oh, geez. You know what? This is probably the first time you've actually caught me unprepared. Very good question. We'll go. Let's go top 10. Did you like watching old games? I don't know if Jacob does. Let's go top 10 names or games with names.
Games with names.
Ah, okay.
Games
Okay.
with names.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
There you go.
That's
That's
a good
very
I
one.
fun.
wanted to do this one for NFL history, but now I get to do it for this, and then maybe we can do a spin-off into NFL history later on
That's true.
between each game.
I like that a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of NFL games with names too. So that should be a fun one. So a little bit of research I'm
Yeah.
here for. We're going to learn a little more history. But that is a wrap, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you're enjoying List in 10. And we're going to keep going. If you have list idea suggestions, don't be afraid to let us know either. Like, I wouldn't hate doing a list, a fan choice list, and maybe we'll leave that open. Maybe we'll leave that open for you for the week after Andrew's episode. Let's see what we got from. We'll check with our Facebook viewers and participants. We'll see what they say. But that is a wrap for this episode. Thank you so much for your support as always. On behalf of Jacob, Andrew, and I, till next time, the 2-point conversation is good.
399, hut! 3-3,
Yeah, spot.
Blue 58! Blue 58!
grocery shopping day. Oh, hello, Mr. Cashier. Hello, Mrs. Card Pusher. Hello. How are you doing today? Let's see what the old wife put on the shopping list today. Let's see what. Number one, we got a Chris Hemsworth. Oh, that doesn't seem right. I don't think they sell those here. Must be some kind of mistake. Let's see what else. Chris Evans. Oh boy. This is her celebrity crush list. Awkward. Don't be like this, husband and wife. There's only one place where a list like that belongs, and that's the Eat Sleep List podcast. You can hear us every Friday on bicbp-radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.